Head of the weekend, a busy news day today. Jurgen Klopp makes definitive statement in Mohamed Salah transfer saga. Yes, the Saudis eyeing the Egyptian. The Mail reports Karim Benzema brushes off rumors of a row with Nuno Espirito Santo to net his first goal for Al-Ittihad in a 4-0 win. Silva extends contract at Man City after speculation of his move to Paris Saint-Germain. Luis Rubiales, oh boy, refuses to quit in his rant over that unsolicited kiss in the World Cup celebrations last week. And the BBC's reporting Mohamed Kudus, West Ham in talks to sign the Ajax midfielder. Sarah, we got to talk about Rubiales. He went off today in this special General Assembly of the Spanish Federation. Among the things he spouted off, do you think this is so serious that I should go after the best management in the history of Spanish football? Let me tell you, I am not going to resign. I'm not going to resign. I'm not going to resign. He says, I'm coming under a lot of pressure. Perhaps somebody will look to remove me on Monday. But we live in a country of laws. Is a consensual kiss enough to remove me? I'm going to fight until the end. I hope the law is followed and that as there's no reason to, it won't happen. It's an absolute farce at this point. It's an embarrassment. He's refusing to step down. He will likely get his marching orders on Monday. The government will get involved at some point as well. But it's just, I think, shows that the misogyny at the top of the Spanish Federation once again.
Yeah, I mean, just the way he handled it too, like the clips of him continuously shouting, saying, I'm not going to resign. It was almost as if it was like a movie. You know what I mean? Like it was so animated, and it's just ridiculous. I feel so bad for Hermoso and all the players involved because it just keeps going, and it's just so wrong. And the fact that he hasn't decided to leave himself, I think he's really putting the nail in the coffin himself, because like you said, Monday we'll probably see him get sacked, which is the right thing to do, but you should have resigned.
He's going down swinging, right? His ego is so enormous.
But swinging for what?
Well, because his ego. He can't acknowledge that he's wrong. To step down, he's acknowledging that he was in the wrong. This man can't do that, despite his apology we heard a couple of days ago. It's a farce, and now what it is doing is galvanizing, it seems, the Spanish players, not just the women either.
Yeah, no, I mean, well, listen, FC Barcelona came out with a statement saying, FC Barcelona wishes to make it clear that it considers totally improper and inappropriate that the RFEF president's behavior during the Women's World Cup final celebrations. We saw captain Alexia Putellas came out. She put out a tweet as well saying, Esto es inaceptable, se acabó contigo, compañera, which basically means everything, this is unacceptable, it's over, I'm with you, to Jenny Hermoso. And the best thing I've seen so far is Borja Iglesias, player for Real Betis, one of the best players at Betis right now in Spanish football. Here you go. He basically said, I will no longer play for the national team until things have changed. So what's really nice is in situations of darkness, of, really terrible issues, is that people are coming together, and that's great to see, both from the men's side, the women's side, teams like Barcelona, teams in Spain. I think that's really good because it shows, unity, and that's what you need right now, because if everyone's over here gathering together and then you have this one guy, it's great, but it's so miserable that it's gotten to this point, right?
You need more though, right? You need more men to stand up at this point, because clearly that infrastructure at Spanish football is run by men. And you need the likes of Iglesias and others now to stand up and say, we won't play anymore until this guy's removed from power. And then after he leaves, you would think Jorge Vildes would be soon to follow as well. You've got to clean house here. It's also up to FIFA, who said we're going to open an investigation, but they're very quiet about it, as they always are. Gianni Infantino's got a history as well. Doesn't look good at all. No. He's an embarrassment. Here's a moment for you to take a stand. Right, fight the cause and do what's right. So we'll see what transpires the next few days, but it's ugly, and we said it before, didn't we? Overshadows what should be an incredible week for Spanish football. It should be an incredible week for Spanish football. Celebrating this World Cup win. No one's talking about that. Talking about this idiot instead. Crazy, absolutely crazy. As are the rumors regarding Mo Salah.
Oh boy. Shaking in your pants.
They want him. They are reportedly eyeing a deal, an offer to Liverpool for over 100 million for a guy that is almost 32 years of age. Jurgen Klopp has spoken about this, and his opinion is rather emphatic.
When if there's something coming up that I don't think or I don't know, yeah, then I can think about that. But I said already, it's if there would be something, it would be a no.
And in Mo, you still see your players fully committed to Liverpool Football Club?
100%.
Okay, he's fully committed. He's very quiet right now, isn't he? Mo Salah could have shut this down, as could his agent, and said, I have no interest in it. I don't doubt that his head's being turned with the astronomical amounts of money being thrown at him. But I don't see this being the time. It's too late in the window to replace a guy who's that important to Liverpool. However, I genuinely believe, as a fan, and I admit I'm a fan of Liverpool, if they come in for him next summer, he's 32.
Sure.
That might be the time to move on from Mo Salah, and I would understand that. He's a guy that's known for his pace. He's 32. What's the first thing that starts going?
Yeah.
Your pace.
Yeah.
He's still great. He can still have a great season. I can see this move happening next summer, but not before then.
Well, speaking of astronomical wages, really quickly to put it into perspective, Mohamed Salah right now makes £350,000 per week at Liverpool. Al-Ittihad, the club that are interested in him, are willing to offer Salah a whopping £1.5 million a week. Just $1.5 million a week.
Just $1.5 million, eh?
So the money's there. We know this. There's no shock when it comes to Saudi Arabia. I agree with you. I think maybe next summer it would make more sense. But what I've come to realize with the Saudi League and the way they go after players is that I wouldn't be shocked if this happens. I don't think it's the right move for Salah. I think he still is one of the best in the Prem. Liverpool, after the season they had, we're kind of talking about maybe a resurgence this year. They need Salah in that plan and give it one more good go. And then, like you said, 33 next summer, you can go and make all your money. And maybe it might not be as much as this, but...
And from the club standpoint, it makes more sense then as well,
Yeah.
right? To start getting younger and finding that
Exactly.
next player. 187 goals
There you
in
go.
just over 300 games with Liverpool. He's smashing all the records. That
He
means a
is.
lot to him as well right now. He's got 2 years left in his deal as well, right? So they don't have to sell. He could demand a transfer, but because there's 2 years left in the deal, they don't have to sell at this point. So we'll see what happens. Money talks, I suppose. But if they offer 100 million for a guy in his early 30s, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Is this keeping you up at night, James? The terror of Mohamed Salah leaving?
No, I love Mo. He's wonderful. He's so much fun to watch. He's been brilliant for 6 years. But
6
that
years.
contract won't look great in the
So-
last couple of years of that contract.
I can't believe he's been there for
I know.
6 years.
I know.
Like, I just remember him at Chelsea not too
Won a
long ago.
championship,
Roma.
Champions League. He's done it all.
I
So still, the Saudis know what they want, and they generally get what they want. But maybe not quite this year. Our final headline we'll talk about now. How about this one? Bernardo Silva is
Hey.
interesting. We all thought he was leaving.
Yeah.
Last year, he was the guy that would leave. Instead, Gundogan left. Riyad Mahrez left. They just signed Jeremy Doku. They've got a plan in place. And Silva may be one of the more underrated players, I think, in the Premier League.
For sure. I think he's absolutely fantastic. He's like a very composed player in the middle there, and he has this vision that his balls are absolutely immaculate. So I think this is great for City because, like you mentioned, the losses of Gundogan and Mahrez, and on top of Kevin De Bruyne obviously being injured, you need Bernardo Silva in the middle there to kind of create all these opportunities, hopefully, for Holland in the front. But I think it's great that he's staying. The rumors were him going to PSG. I mean, I heard there were kind of rumors him going to everywhere. Of course, Saudi was in there. But we all know PSG is... it's a bit of a tarnished club right now. What's it going to look like? Mbappe's not playing. Obviously, Messi and Neymar are gone. Luis Enrique has just come in. So, I don't know. Don't go there. Like, I just don't want him to see him, you know, during his prime right now, kind of play at
He's at
that
the best
level.
club.
That's
They won
the
the
thing.
treble.
You're playing at the highest level, at the best like league in the world. Just stay at City. I think this is a good move for him. And I always, like, we spoke about Toni Kroos yesterday. And again, to see that Bernardo Silva isn't, you know, going over to Saudi,
Not
taking the
being
money.
lured over. Yeah,
It does make you feel better. You're like, all right, you know what? Yeah, take all the money at City. We all know what City's doing, but isn't it funny that we're saying staying at City is better than going to Saudi? That's when you know
he's being paid pretty well
football
there.
has changed.
Let's be honest. It used to be like no one could compete with City.
Sure.
And now
no,
obviously
but
there's
that's
this
what I
brand new
mean.
league in
Isn't
there.
it funny? It's like we're living in a whole alternate universe where like playing for a team like City is better than playing for a team like, you know, in Saudi Arabia. But no, he's cemented himself in this squad. I think it's great that he stayed. He has good connections with some of these players, and of course Guardiola this is good for him. I'm happy to see him stay.
I wonder if some of these players too are watching the Saudi League start up this season.
Yeah.
It's not great.
Yeah.
The football is not great at all.
Have you watched it? I've not gotten to it yet.
I've seen clips. I've read a
Perfect.
lot. And I've read some journalists actually over there right now because they're fascinated. They're covering
Sure,
it.
you have to be.
And they say the quality is just really very, very poor.
Miserable.
So a guy like Bernardo Silva might be thinking, yeah, one day the money will still be there.
Yeah.
But not right now.
For sure.
The Doku signing is great, by the way. This guy is so exciting.
savage.
He's a wide player, incredible pace. He's brave. He's courageous. He'll take players on one-on-one. He's a brilliant Man City type player. Can't wait to see him play. Pep, by the way, having back surgery.
Yeah.
Out for the next few games.
Good luck, Pep.
Do you think he still will try and coach from his hospital bed?
Oh my God, he has like his FaceTime probably on. He's like in the gown, in the bed, IV hooked up.
Morphine?
And he's just, guys.
What's he gonna do?
You cannot do this, guys. Come on, you have to stay in the middle, please.
It's a great, at the same time, terrible impression of Pep Guardiola.
Horrendous, really. That's what it is. But no, he is. I feel like that. Like it must be killing him to be put out right now.
You
But
know it does.
yeah, but listen, you take care of your health. That's what's most important, Pep, and come back in a couple weeks, and your City team will still be, I'm sure, killing it.
I bet he's a terrible patient.
Oh, I'd say
Just
it's-
awful.
Do you think so?
Yeah, of course he
Yeah.
is. He wants to
Just
control
clicking the
everything.
buzzer?
Yeah, he's like, ding, 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 more morphine, more morphine, more
We are the
morphine.
worst.
He was just in crazy tactics this weekend, like crazy tactics. We know that he's on the morphine,
Yeah.
and he's calling the shots. from his
Yeah, he
hospital
just
bed.
has the computer propped up and he's watching every single game. Okay, making notes here, there. Yeah.
10 up front.
Yeah.
They could still win by that, actually, I think. All right, 442picks.ca. Please subscribe. A great chance to win great prizes, including, look at that one, potentially a grand prize of $250,000. Also weekly and monthly prizes. Room 442 is brought to you by North Star Bets. That's a win.